In today's video, I'm going to become the greatest fire-type gym winner of all time. Let me introduce you to Pokemon This Gym of Mine, an incredible fan game where you're given your own gym to defend. This game has Pokemon from Generation 1 through 8, custom regional variants, an amazing story that I can't wait to show you, and much more. But before that, hit the subscribe button for more Pokemon content. We begin in a dark room filled with crystals matching every type in the game, even fairy types. After checking them all out, I decided to become a fire-type gym leader. We're given 3 choices for a starter, but I decided to pick Growl because Arcanine is my favorite Pokemon. After choosing our starter, we arrive at the dock of New Day Plain and are greeted by an old man. He introduces himself as the mayor and welcomes us as the new gym leader. He goes on to tell us that we can't do worse than the last gym leader, who mysteriously left, and worse than that, a gang has been harassing the city. I decided to quickly make my way to the gym, and waiting for us is the mayor again. He shows me to my new house, and inside we find a box containing the TM Flamethrower, which will become our signature move. I'll give it out to anyone who's able to defeat me. I decided I needed to make a good impression, so I leveled up Sif to level 10. After a little grinding, I made my way to the city hall, where a gang member was harassing the public. Apparently he didn't like my staring, so we decided to battle, and I easily beat his Pushiana and Scraggy. After I beat the punk in a battle, he and the crowd left, so I decided to talk to the mayor again. He goes on to tell me the basics of being a gym leader and explains that I can only use fire types with the exception of 2 Pokemon, as long as those 2 Pokemon can learn my signature move Flamethrower. He then tells me that I can lose my gym leader status if I lose too many battles, and I can also lose it if my reputation with the town falls too low. Lastly, he tells me I can use my earnings to build buildings and increase the town's wealth and popularity. After learning the basics, I decided to head home and I checked my mailbox. It seems I have a few applications for a gym manager. I decided to hire a gym girl because it seems likely to attract stronger trainers. Well, it's been a big day, so I'm gonna head to sleep now. After waking up, I headed straight to the gym. I'm introduced to the previous gym trainers, and after the mayor leaves, their attitude changes. It seems I'll have to earn their respect after the last gym leader abandoned them. And finally, I was informed I'll need a party of 3 to officially open the gym, which is news to me because I only have my fire pup. So I set out in search of fire types. I found this strange cave with a karate master waiting outside, and he told me I will receive a reward if I can solve all the puzzles in the cave. So I did. Each puzzle was fairly simple, but it still felt satisfying to answer all the questions. After answering the last puzzle, I noticed a doorway opened, and once I went through, I found a hidden house with a woman inside of it. She asked me to pick a number between 1 and 8, and I chose a 1. She then asked me what I found most cozy, and I said a nice warm fire. Lucky for me, I picked right because the lady gave me a Charmander who knows Wild Charge. I also went back and talked to the karate master, and he agreed to become one of my gym trainers. After receiving Charmander, I decided to set out in search of our 3rd member. On the way, I'd encountered this awesome regional variant of Aeron and Conifer later. I then made my way to Craggy Pass, and that's where I found my 3rd party member, this awesome regional form of Steelix. I later found out this had a 2% spawn rate. Now that I have my team assembled, it's time I kill every bug type I can find. I leveled up my entire team to level 16 and evolved Charmander into Charmeleon. I don't plan on giving out a single badge. After beefing the team up, I headed to my gym and finally opened it to challengers. Our first challenger was Lass Ellen, who got humbled real quick by a few flamethrowers. But next up is Rocco Ricky. He sent on a Voltorb and a Zubat, but Sif sent them flying. It also seems that Ricky blew out his eardrums in the battle because he won't stop screaming. After that crapshoot of a battle, an actual scientist challenged me. He only brought 1 Pokemon, but it's Aeron, and it's a cool Dragon Steel version of him. But lucky for me, Orient was able to finish him off with a Dragon Breath. Our last challenger was Picnicker Liz, who literally didn't level up her Pokemon at all. She showed up to the gym with level 2s and 3s. She obviously did not win. After embarrassing that little girl, I closed the gym for the day and headed to the break room to mingle with my trainers. But only our gym girl was there, asking me about a guy named Arthur. Well, with our day complete, I decided to head to bed feeling pretty accomplished, knowing I just took my first step towards greatness. Before defending the gym, I wanted to explore more, so I headed back to Craggy Pass, battling my way through trainers until I stumbled upon the Cast Iron Cavern. And even deeper inside, I found the Molten Steel Pit, which is full of fire types. I caught a Slugma, Roly-Poly, and a Larvitar. I wouldn't get too attached to these guys though. After climbing through the Molten Pit, I made my way through the rest of the cavern, and it brought me to a place called the Badlands. Immediately, Rough Rider Racer tried to kick me out, so we battled. He sent out a level 20 Mightyena, who nearly took out my team, but thankfully Sif was able to finish him off with a Flame Wheel. After nearly losing to that biker nerd, I decided to head back to work and defend my gym. My first challenger was a little kid who borrowed his sister's Pokemon, and the rest were pretty uneventful. I ended the day undefeated. After heading to bed, someone woke me up knocking at my door. It turned out the mayor wanted to speak with me again, so I made my way to him.
Knight, I'm so glad you could meet me here. It seems you've already caused quite the buzz in town. Not many will admit it, but you've made quite the mark.
Are you sure about that?
Elizabeth, what brings you here?
You know exactly why. You think I'll let another gym leader waltz in here and not test them, especially after the last one?
The strange girl then challenged me to a battle in front of the gym, so I decided it was my duty to win. Lucky for me, I grinded up my Pokemon and made quick work of this battle, only having to use Sif. It seems my battle skills convinced her, and Elizabeth went on her way. I spent the next few days hiring gym trainers and defending the gym, and I was able to continue the days without giving out a single badge so far. I eventually decided to head back to the Badlands and battle my way through all the Rough Riders in the area. I eventually stumbled upon their secret base, which was blocked by a clever member, who wouldn't battle me and decided to block my entry for now. After exploring more, I discovered a place called Transition Cave. Once I made my way through it, it warped me to some strange reality with a green man and a land full of trait evolutions. I hunted down a Gengar until I realized it can't learn Flamethrower. After all that, I made my my way back to town and spent my loot on a new building to increase the town's wealth, and more importantly, my daily paycheck. After exploring more, I stumbled upon Dragon's Den, where I found a Dreepy who will hopefully join the team one day. And after that, I defended the gym once more, still going undefeated. After the day was over, I talked to my gym trainers, and they asked me to train with them. After that, we called it a night. I met with Mayor Dalton one more time, and he congratulated me on my impressive pace, and informed me that the Pokemon League has increased my rank, making me the second gym leader. But right before I could celebrate, 3 Rough Riders showed up and challenged me to a battle. Orient takes out his Sandshrew, but falls to the criminal's Heracross. I then sent out Sif, who's able to finish off his last 2 Pokemon with Flamethrower. After they left, the mayor told me about the new district that just finished being built. So, I decided to check it out. There's a ton more space for buildings, a shopping center with any item I'll ever need, and a place called Starter Park, but it's not open yet. I've also been informed with my rank increase to level 2, much more powerful trainers will come to challenge the gym. So with that knowledge, I decided to grind up my team to level 36, because I'm not giving out any badges. After grinding against Blissey, I evolved Charmeleon into the Charizard, and bought a Firestone and finally evolved my starter into the mighty Arcanine. With the team powered up, I finally opened the gym once again, and this time faced much stronger opponents. First up is Rocker Ricky. This time it seems he evolved as Voltorb, but unfortunately for him, it decided to self-destruct against a rock type. He then sends out his Crobat, which Orient easily takes out with a Rock Slide. Our next challenger was an old man who only said this: "One gym badge, please." I don't know why I found this hilarious, but I did. I kind of feel bad, but I can't go easy on him, so I one-shot his Dragonair and Goomy with a Rock Slide, and Orient completes the sweep taking out his Floetta. The old man tries to buy the badge, but I send him on his way. The rest of the battles were uneventful, so I decided to talk to my staff and give them some much-needed training. I went to bed again and started the new day by checking my mailbox. It seems I got a few heart scales and even hired some more trainers. After that, I donated super potions to the poor people and bought another building. Now it's time to get back to the grind. A few days passed and I defended my gym, staying undefeated. One night I woke up to suspicious knocking and went to check. I woke up in a dark cave and it turns out the Rough Riders kidnapped me. They kept me prisoner for days, only feeding me lumberries. Lots and lots of lumberries. I guess they forgot to take my Pokeballs because I have my full team, so I started battling. I ended up kicking every outlaw's butt one by one until I reached the exit. After making my way out, I decided that wasn't enough. I even battled an innocent guy named Paul, who claimed to be the strongest trainer in the area. I was somehow able to beat his level 70 Tyranitar by spamming Curse and finishing it with Arcanine's Flamethrower. After escaping in my slight detour, I made my way back and encountered the mayor and my gym girl, who went looking for me. The gang's leader Edgar even showed up, claiming he had nothing to do with this and promised to punish whoever planned my kidnapping. He then challenged me to a race to see who can win over the town first. I guess tales of my escape reached the public because my gym leader ranking increased to level 3, which means I had to have a full team of 6 when defending my gym. The next morning, I woke up to a call from Edgar, who challenged me to a battle to see who should really run things around here. He asked me to keep this just between us, so I did. I decided to handle this like a true gym leader. But before I do that, I need to train up some more members so I can have a true team. I grinded up the awesome looking Dragonsteel Aeron, eventually evolving it into Aggron. I made my way to Starter Park and grabbed a Tepig and evolved it into Emboar. I also grabbed a random Magneton just in case he had some water types. I then made my way back through the Badlands, this time heading straight for Edgar.
Finally, took you long enough. Tell me, did you chat with that mayor of yours? Doesn't matter. He probably would have found out one way or another. He's nosy like that. I'm tired of all this, and I'm sure you are too. I've trained under the best, and was taught how to teach Pokemon moves they can't normally learn. One round winner takes all. If I win, you give up the town, and if you win, we'll keep our hands off the town. Sound good? Then we have no reason to hesitate.
And with that, our most important battle so far began. Edgar leads with Aggron, and I led with Sif to lower his attack, and then touched to Orient to set up Stealth Rocks. I switch again to Emboar, who takes a massive head smash and almost takes Aggron out with a Hammer Arm. Sadly for me, he heal stalls and then takes Emboar out with a Dragon Claw. I send Sif in again and hit it with a Flamethrower. Edgar heals one more time, but lucky for me, he's all out, and Sif finishes it off with another Flamethrower. Edgar then sends in his Tyranitar, and I switch to Godjill and take it out with 2 Iron Heads. Next comes his Garchomp, who finishes my Aggron off with Dragon Claw. I decided to send in Orient and take it out with a massive 4 times effective Ice Fang. Edgar then sends in another pseudo-legendary, but lucky for me, Sif shows his Metagross, who's boss, and takes it out with a Flamethrower. Somehow my Magneton is actually able to take out a freaking Salamence, and finally Edgar sends out his ace, Hydreigon. It KOs my Magneton, and I send out Orient, who gets off a powerful Ice Fang, but falls to Hydreigon's Dark Pulse. I send in my own ace, who somehow survives a Meteor Mash and dodges a Focus Blast, taking out Edgar's Hydreigon with a Hyper Speed. With the leader of the Rough Riders defeated, I was elevated to rank 4, and man has it been a long day. I'm heading back to bed. After waking up, I headed straight to the gym. I wanted to see all the powerful trainers that are going to challenge me now that I ranked up. The first challenger showed up with Lucario and Doublade. Sadly for her, they're both Steel types and they failed a Sif's Flamethrower. Next up we have Painter V, who has a whole team of Eeveelutions. Most impressively, she led with an Eviolite holding Eevee that was way too tanky. Lucky for me, Sif was able to take it out with a few Flamethrowers, and then the rest of her team fell quickly after. Our third opponent was Hiker Paul again. He sent out his monstrous Tyranitar, and it took Sif out with a powerful Thrash. I decided to send out Orient and spam Curse again, and lucky for me, it worked. Orient was able to take Tyranitar out with a few Ice Fangs, and with that battle complete, we survived today's challengers. I was seriously worried I might actually have to give out my first gym badge. I decided it's time to spend some time with my gym trainers again, but this time my gym girl had something serious to talk about, but she said it could wait till tomorrow. So I decided to meet up with her and talk. She told me she took the job to become stronger than her criminal brother so she could beat him and bring him back home. But now that he's in town, she doesn't feel that she can do it alone. She asked me to join her in case anything goes wrong, and I did what any gym leader would and said yes. We found Arthur, her older brother, and confronted him about his past. He told her he doesn't want to spend his life in jail, and then we battle. He's tough but no match for a gym leader, so I defeated him without any issue. It seems beating him in a Pokemon battle wasn't enough to convince him to turn himself in. I mean, it usually works, but this time it didn't. He fled without saying another word, and I walked my trainer home. After waking up, I made my way to the gym and saw a crowd forming around someone named Garris, who's apparently the champion of this region.
There they are. I just wanted to tell you today is the champion review. You and I are going to battle right here, right now. Normally this would take place in the gym, but you've seemed to have quite a few fans, so let's go crazy.
I guess I'm battling the champion. Cool, let's start. The champion waits the Smeltix of his own and proceeds to heal stall me and then takes Sif out with an Earthquake. I sent in Dreyfus who was able to slowly take him out with some neutral flamethrowers, but his Gengar finishes Dreyfus off with a Sludge Bomb. I send out Crash and he's able to get off a powerful hit but falls to Gengar's Focus Blast. Galgio tries his best but also falls to Focus Blast, and Orient falls soon after to Gengar's Shadow Ball. So even though I only took out one of his Pokemon, he for some reason still passes me, and I rose to rank 5. Only 3 more to go. After a few more days of defending my gym, I get a mysterious letter asking me to meet in the gym. I make it to the gym and I encounter a mystery man who challenges me to a battle. For the most part, I take out his team without issue, but his last mon is a curse spamming Eevee who takes forever to take out. In the end, I actually had to spam curse myself, taking the Eevee out with Orient's Iron Tail. Before the mystery man could tell me anything, Sandy showed up and it was revealed that his name is Jason, and he was the gym winner before me. The reason he abandoned the city was because he got a threatening letter saying if he told anyone or disobeyed their orders, they would hurt his little sister Sandy.
What a twist!
Sandy begs him to stay and let her tell the town the truth. He tells her she can't do that because he doesn't want her to get hurt, and he asks that she put her faith in the new gym leader, me. With that, I rise to gym rank 6 and take some time to reflect. After all that, I decided to take some time off. The first thing I did was head to Starter Park and capture Finnegan, and I evolved it into Delphox. For our last member, I trained Dreepy and evolved him into Dragapult. After assembling my new team, I decided to take a short vacation to Frigid City to train my fire types up against some ice types, and to enjoy the nice cold weather. But now that we're all rested up, I think it's time to head back and defend my gym. But before I could, Sandy came in and informed me I ranked up again to rank 7. She also handed me a letter with a similar threat that Jason received. But I'm no punk. I closed the gym, warned my trainers, and called the cops. But to my dismay, my fears came true. All of my trainers are missing. The cops said they are searching everywhere but the Badlands. Again, like the true gym leader I wish to be, I made my choice, and I headed to the Badlands to save my trainers. Before I could make it, I encountered Sandy, who managed to escape from the Rough Riders. Edgar's gonna pay for breaking his word. I made my way through the Badlands and got all the way outside of the base, where I encountered Edgar. He actually ends up telling me his gang kicked him out and took the hostages without his permission. So the two of us blasted our way through the base again, and this time we found the mayor.
I'm surprised it took you this long to pick up on it. Seriously, I gave you a fake phone number. I gave you little to no help. Seriously, how daft can you be? The Rough Rider even set a trap for Sandy. But why? Is that what you're thinking? Well, it all started when...
Edgar tried to interrupt, but it seems he was no match for the mayor.
Won't you let me finish? I always wanted to be a trainer in my youth. I was a pretty great one too, but sadly, blah blah blah, evil backstory, blah blah blah, evil plan.
After what felt like years, Mayor Dalton finally challenged me to a battle. I led with Wanda and set up an extended sunny day. Wanda almost took Dusclops out, but sadly fell to a Shadow Punch. I sent out Crash and wasted a few of his heals, and then took Dusclops out with a Flare Blitz. I switched to Orient, who set up Stealth Rocks, but then fell to Gudra's Muddy Water. I then decided to send out our newest member, Siege, who easily takes Gudra out with a Dragon Darts. Siege also takes out the Mayor's Dragonite, but I then switch him out for Sith, lowering Aegislash's attack. Sith gets lucky and takes it out with 2 massive crunches, and the Mayor sends out his Rhydon. So I switched to Crash, who finally gets a Hammer Arm off before fainting. I decided to send out Sith one more time, but it was a mistake. He sadly falls to Rhydon. Sorry, boy. But thankfully, Siege is able to avenge our starter, and finishes off the Mayor's final Pokemon with a 4 times effective Flamethrower. The Mayor tries to whine about losing, but lucky for me, Edgar shuts him up and tells him the difference between him and us is that we strive to do the best for our community while he abused his power. So we call the cops, and the Rough Riders agree to show me where my trainers are being held, and Edgar stands guard, making sure the Mayor gets what's coming to him. And so, with the true villain defeated and the town finally at peace, I rose to the top, becoming the strongest gym leader in the region, and even received congratulations from the Pokemon League. With that, our gym leader journey is over. If you guys want to play this game yourself, there's a link in the description below, and as always, thank you guys for watching. If you want more content, check out the video shown on screen.